Welcome to Bake Like a Diva. I'm your host, Amber. Today I'll be making my grandma's famous chocolate chip cookies. We'll start with 2 1/4 cup of flour. Then we'll add 1 teaspoon of salt. Now I'm adding 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Now I'll mix the ingredients all together. I've now mixed my dry ingredients together and I'll put this to the side. Now I'll be mixing my wet ingredients. I'll start with 1 cup of brown sugar. Now I'll add 3/4 cup of granulated sugar. Now I'll add 1 egg. Well, I'm going to need to use 2 eggs for this, but I'll start with 1. I mixed my egg into the ingredients, and now I'll be putting my second egg. I have to mix the eggs into the ingredients after each time I crack it. While you're mixing your eggs together, you should really preheat the oven to 375. My eggs have now been mixed into the mixture, and now I'll be adding 2 sticks of butter. You really want the butter to be melted, or you can keep it out a little while before so it can be room temperature. My butter that I'm putting in right now is room temperature. Make sure all the butter gets in there because you don't want any to be left out. Now I'll stir the butter into the ingredients. Now I add my favorite ingredient, vanilla extract. You'll add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Vanilla extract makes every dessert delicious. I'll stir that in to the ingredients. Now I'll go back to my dry ingredients. I'll be adding it into the wet ingredients. Now I have to stir the wet and dry ingredients together. The ingredients are all mixed up. Now I'll be adding chocolate chips. And you know, every chocolate chip cookie has to have chocolate chips. I want to make sure that all the chocolate chips get in the ingredients. So I'll stir it all around. Now it's time for my secret ingredient. This is toffee. You put 1/2 cup of toffee in the ingredients. Now this makes my chocolate chip cookies very special. Now it's time to add my pecans. But before I do that, I have to divide the dough up and put some in a small bowl. I know everybody doesn't like pecans, including myself, so I'll put some in a small bowl. You should always make sure that it's even. This seems a about even to me. Now I'll add my pecans in the smaller bowl. When I'm adding my pecans, I want to make sure that all of the pecans get into the dough. And remember, I'm adding 1 cup of pecans. Now I'll use my handy dandy cookie scooper to make nice cookie balls. And I'll put it on my pan. Now the cookies are ready to go in the oven. Remember that your oven is preheated to 375. You should cook it up to 9 minutes. The cookies are now finished. Let's see if they're good or not. This is my brother Brian. Say hi, Brian.
Hi.
He's going to tell me if my cookies are good or not.
This is really good, Amber.
Thank you. So always remember, bake like a diva.